Beggar farmer chuckled. Apparently, some fool from the village actually approached music her. Lucas felt a strange chill. Approached her. The farmer nodded. Yes, a young hunter named Matteo. Lucas had heard of him. Matteo was known for being bold, sometimes foolishly so. What did he do? Lucas asked. The villagers exchanged amused looks. From what we heard, she asked him for help. Lucas felt the world narrow around him. The same thing, he whispered. The farmer shrugged. Something like that? Another villager music laughed. Matteo didn't hesitate, climbed right up on a fallen tree to speak to her face. Someone else? Added they say she picked him up like he weighed nothing. Lucas clenched his hands and the farmer grinned. Music, and now Matteo is probably the luckiest man in 3 kingdoms. Lucas's music blinked. What do you mean? The villagers burst into excited chatter. They say she carried him into the mountains, protected him all night, fed him from giant music fruits, even promised him protection whenever he travels through the forest. Lucas felt his chest tightened painfully. Each word struck like a hammer. The giantesses had asked for help. The same help. The farmer leaned closer with music a smirk. They say she was incredibly kind to him, gentle even. Lucas swallowed. A wave of regret crashed through him so suddenly that he had to grip the music edge of the well. His mind replayed the moment in the forest. Her kneeling, her voice, her music request. I cannot ask this of my own kind. Lucas closed his eyes. He had been the first human she found, and he had refused. The villagers continued laughing and speculating. Matteo is probably sitting on a music giant treasure now, or living like a king up there. Imagine having a giant music Tess as your protector. Lucas slowly stepped away from the well. The noise of the market suddenly, music felt distant inside his chest. The regret had fully awakened. Heavy, sharp, unavoidable. 2 days ago, he had been the one standing beneath her gaze. Music 2 days ago, he had the chance. And now, someone else had taken it. Lucas' music looked toward the dark line of forest on the horizon. A quiet thought formed in his mind. What if she was still there? What if he could still find her? What if he could explain? The regret burned stronger with every passing music second. And for the first time since that night, Lucas realized the night the giant appeared, the forest stopped breathing. Lucas felt it before he saw her. The wind died between the towering pines. Music, the insects, fell silent, and even the river nearby seemed to hold its voice beneath the moonlight. The young man stood frozen on the narrow trail, clutching the small lantern in his hand as the faint glow trembled across the mossy ground. Then came the music sound, a slow, heavy step. The earth itself seemed to sigh under the weight. Lucas swallowed hard. Another step. Music branches high above began to sway as if pushed aside by something enormous. Shadows moved between the trees, music stretching and bending like dark waves. For a moment, Lucas thought his mind was playing tricks on him until the moonlight revealed her. She stepped into the clearing like a living music mountain. Welcome to our channel, Beyond the Observable. Here we explore stories that begin where the obvious ends. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and tell us where you're listening music from. That support helps us bring you stories that are deeper and more unsettling every time. Let's begin. The giant stood at least 10 meters tall, her silhouette rising above the forest canopy. Her long hair flowed music down her back like silver silk, reflecting the pale moonlight. She wore a dark green dress made from layered fabrics that clung gracefully to her towering figure, decorated with faint, golden threads that shimmered with each movement. Her beauty was almost unreal. Music, not frightening, not monstrous, just overwhelming. Lucas took a step back. His heart hammered against his ribs. The giantess looked down and noticed him immediately. Her golden eyes widened slightly. Music, surprised to find such a small human standing alone beneath her. For a moment, neither of them discover more portable speakers, book, video spoke. Then she slowly knelt. Even kneeling, she was still taller than the tallest tree music nearby. The ground trembled softly as her hand rested on the earth beside him. Her fingers, alone music, were larger than his entire body. She leaned closer, studying him with curiosity and music, something deeper, something difficult to name. Her voice came like warm thunder. "Little human music," she said gently. Lucas nearly dropped the lantern. Her voice was not cruel. It carried a strange softness, like wind through distant music valleys. Still, he couldn't move. She tilted her head slightly. "You're not running." Lucas' music forced himself to speak, though his voice came out dry. I can't." The giantess studied him for another moment. A faint smile touched her lips, though her expression still carried music, an unusual tension. She lowered herself further, bringing her face closer to his level. The warmth of her presence surrounded him like the air before a storm. Up close, her beauty became even more striking. Her skin glowed faintly under the moonlight, smooth, music, and radiant. Her eyes held a deep, golden shimmer that seemed to move like liquid sunlight. But there was something else in those eyes, something restless, something music urgent. She inhaled slowly, as if catching a scent in the night air. Then her expression softened. "You're trembling," she said quietly. Lucas nodded music without meaning to. Yes." The giantess looked away for a moment, her brows tightening music slightly. She seemed to be struggling with something inside her. Finally, she spoke again, more carefully. "I need your help." Lucas blinked. "My help?" She nodded slowly. "Yes." Her hand music gently touched the ground near him again, her fingers pressing lightly into the soft soil. "I cannot ask this of my own kind," she said. Music, her voice carried a subtle tension now, as if every word required effort, and humans rarely come this deep music into the forest. Lucas felt his chest tighten. What kind of help?" For a moment, the music giantess hesitated. The night breeze moved through her long hair as she looked down at him again. Music, her expression had changed. There was vulnerability there, now mixed with something powerful that she seemed barely able to contain. "I'm going through a difficult time," she admitted softly. Lucas had no idea what that meant. She continued, her voice quieter. "Music, my body is restless. My instincts are stronger than usual." Lucas frowned slightly, confused. The giantesses watched him carefully. "I need someone calm," she said. "Music, someone gentle." Her golden eyes held his gaze. "Someone who can stay close to me until this passes." Lucas felt his stomach twist with uncertainty. Music, the forest was silent around them. The moonlight made her towering figure glow like a myth from music, an ancient story. Everything inside him screamed that this moment was important. But fear rose stronger. He took another music step back. I